We're
And
live.
we're on.
Yay.
You know, we'll never ever, no matter how well, we don't do it very often. We'll
Our
never get
intro.
the start of one of these fucking things ever done right. So there. And now they can put the little E next to us because
It reminds me of Wayne's World when they're trying to be like, okay, Garth, don't count. Your lips are moving. It's like 3, 2. Like don't. You're nodding your heads. Don't do that. That's what I'm gonna do every time. Hi, Andy.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
So while we started there, all of a sudden I started to hear us on a little bit of a delay.
Oh,
because we are actually broadcasting live on the Desipio YouTube channel, which of course has 10 followers, and it was actually working, so I had to mute that in the background. So I'm sure dozens of people will be joining us. Starting right now.
It's gonna be Kyle. It's gonna be Kyle and no one else.
Yeah.
And he probably has a test tomorrow that he should be studying for. So go study for your test, Kyle.
He was in he gets around. He was in Ann Arbor on Saturday.
Cool.
I mean, he was in a girl named Ann Arbor.
That's what I was, yeah. Ann Arbor's a whore. Cool. Sorry, you were actually in Ann Arbor on Saturday.
Yep. All right. So, do we got anything to talk about? Anything happen in the 50 weeks that we were off?
I didn't end up watching the championship series last year. Did they?
Well, they haven't played it yet, right? Don't the Mets have to win on Wednesday?
Okay.
And then they'll play the NLCS to see who goes to the World Series.
Oh, right? Okay, good.
Took a break,
so I didn't miss anything. Perfect.
Because it's not. I mean, it's not like the Cubs would have got swept by them. Right? It seems ridiculous. Yeah. They were way too good for that.
Yeah,
that is sadly when we have 6 viewers now, 7. When they go to the channel, if they want, they can watch the NLCS preview that we did because it's the last thing that we actually recorded.
Can you break in every minute or so and update everyone as to how many viewers are actually?
I won't be able to stop. We're down to 6. All right, who left? God damn it! Which one of you left?
I am going to.
You see it? So I have to keep you updated because I will. I'll be happy to do it.
Happy October. Happy fall baseball. Happy season. We finished the season. We didn't podcast once during the season. Did we do a preseason? Nope, probably not.
No, we didn't do it. What if we're a jinx? What if we're the jinx? It'll be Black Cat,
108,
Gatorade on Leon Durham's glove, Bartman, Ryan Dempster shitting his pants. I don't know what happened last year, and us. It could be us.
Oh, speaking of Dempster, I actually randomly walked past him at a Cubs game about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I choked. I should have said something really mean to him, and instead I just said, "Hey, Ryan Dempster," and he's like, "Hey, man."
Hey. Sports. You didn't have him read mean tweets about himself or anything?
Yeah. He's not a tall man.
He's not. I was going to say he's not hairy, but he is, just not where it ought to be.
Yeah. Well, so I disappointed everyone. I had prepared my entire life to say something really horrible to Ryan Dempster, and then when push came to shove, I panicked.
Did you have like an index card with all the cool burns you just couldn't find it? Like, oh crap, it's in my other coat. Ryan, stay here for an hour. I'm going home. I'll be right back. I got some hilarious stuff to drop on you.
I've been to a lot of Cubs games this year. The Cubs record in games that I've attended is quite good this year.
Can you break it down by hat? Because that's really the most important thing.
I think I've only seen
what that thing you have on now. I mean, that belt.
Rough.
What is their record when you wear that?
I've only worn this once, and that was the game that I don't even remember who was it against. They tied in a wild pitch in the 9th and won on. I mean, I have to be more specific with this team. It was a crazy late rally.
What happened against the Mariners and the Marlins within 3 days of each other? Was it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
It was the Marlins.
That's what I thought. So I was at that game wearing this hat. So this hat is, I think I only wore this hat once. So 1-1, 1-0.
Yeah, that's a good story.
1-4-1.
That's a keeper.
Great.
All right, we're going to leave that one in. Mark the tape. We're going to leave the hat story in. That's a good one. A little bit later, Al's going to come out and give us the bologna recipe, and that'll be good. Yeah. No, put your bologna back in your pants. It's not time yet, Al.
Okay, here we go. All right. What do we want to talk about? Postseason predictions?
I think we got to talk about. I think we're probably going to do this for like a half hour or so. I think we should spend about 20 minutes on Ricky Renteria, because that's the big news of the day, and I think that's what our fans want to hear.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I don't follow White Sox news, but I had just Facebook had exploded about them bringing Renteria back, and then 2 days later they're like, Ventura. "Oh, Renteria's out," and I'm sorry, Ventura back, and then Ventura's out and Renteria's in.
Wow, I mean, it's pretty obvious what they did. They didn't have the balls. They didn't want to take the hit for actually firing Robin, because they think Sox fans still like him, and so they made it. They leaked the thing to Essian Bob Nightingale, who talks like this.
That's a great.
It's a great Bob. I do the only Bob Nightingale impression on the interwebs, I think. So Kenny can get something planned. Kenny and Dusty can put whatever they want in USA Today. All I got to do is call Bob Nightingale. So whenever Kenny wants to remind people that Cub fans were racist to him, he calls Bob. And whenever Kenny wants gossip, he calls Bob. So Nightingale printed that it was up to Robin whether he came back or not. That way they could let him go, but he would resign, and it wouldn't be their fault that he was gone. Even though they don't even realize that the fans don't care. They don't want Rob. They like Robin, but they don't want to be their manager anymore. So just let him go away. Everybody knew he was gone, and everybody knew they're going to hire Rick Renteria. In fact, I think everybody knew that last year when they brought him in, because he's cute and he's affable and he speaks Spanish. They made a big deal out of that again today. So
I like Rick Renteria.
He did a nice job. I'm glad he's not the manager of the Cubs.
Right.
But exactly. I don't mind that he's managing somebody else. He seems like a swell fellow, and he looks a lot like Oleg. So that's got that going for him, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm glad he got a job.
Yeah, I was worried about him. He's only getting paid like $1 million to not work. He's on the Jason Hayward plan.
Wow.
Nope. The band is asleep over there. Come on, guys. That's a little less of this. Now I'm doing Carson bits, huh? That's pretty good.
No.
So anyway, I did the math. It's pretty advanced math. In 2 years, Joe Madden has won 200 regular season games with the Cubs. Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
And one postseason. Well,
in 2 years with the Cubs, Dale's Fame won 30. Is that right? Or is that high? That seems high. God, can you believe Dale's Fame used to be our manager?
No.
What? I've blocked all that out. It's like it didn't even happen. The Dale's Fame. Remember they brought Kevin Gregg back to pitch for Dale's Fame?
And I don't think you're pronouncing Swaim right.
Swaim?
He's German.
I've seen it both ways.
Quade and Swaim just sort of run together in just a bag of shit. At least Quade looked like a
like a circus peanut?
Yeah, like a at least Quade had a memorable face. Dale Swaim looked like if you just did all the default settings for like a MLB The Show, and you're just default baseball guy, you'd come up with Dale Swaim, I think. Why are we talking about Swaim? Can we focus on this thing?
You brought Quade up. Don't blame this on me.
Fair.
All right. Fans are tweeting things to us. Oh.
Fans.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's Huey. So not even a fan. It's just, why must you force us to look at you? Well, you can
turn off your monitor, you jackass.
And cough. I don't know. You don't have to look at us.
Bastard. Okay.
There's 12 viewers. If you guys want to tweet us questions, maybe it might help focus us a little bit.
Why would anyone want to tweet us questions? We have no insight.
Why are there 12? It's 11. Somebody bailed. Why are there people who are spending their evening watching this?
All right. Well, I'll tell you why, because we're about to get to it. We're about to get to some hot ass takes.
Yeah, we're going to break down. Imagine we're going to break down the entire roster, both the Cubs. We're going to break down the Giants and the Mets because we don't know who they're going to play. So we have to break down both of those teams. Then we might as well break down the Nationals and the Dodgers because we're not sure. And then every American League team, just in case that's who they play in the World Series.
We got about 250 guys to go through.
Left-handed relievers in the Rangers bullpen, go. No, I don't know who any of those players are.
I have not followed the American League at all. I've watched more baseball. I mean, I watched a lot of baseball last year, but I haven't watched really any American League. And God bless me, I have not watched a single second of Bears football this year, preseason or regular season. I've just had better shit to do.
You and John Fox, I think.
Who's he?
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's go.
I was going to say, I had mixed emotions this weekend watching my second favorite team, the St. Louis Cardinals, who I love because of the way they play the game. I mean, you can't deny that they do things the right way all the time.
I'm not laughing at your bit. I'm laughing at the bag man tweeting at us. Is Mike Trout better than Tony?
I'm not going to be distracted by.
Okay, well, I will, because you are not going to say anything interesting.
Is Trout better? No, everybody knows Tony Campana is a once and future superstar. Well, I was conflicted because as much as I wanted the Cardinals to just step on their dicks and get eliminated in the regular season, I really wanted, as part of me, really wanted them to somehow get through the wild card game and just have the Cubs annihilate them again. Because it would have happened. They had no chance of being
okay. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like I was rooting for the Cardinals to make the playoffs and win the wild card game because they are by far the best matchup for the Cubs. They don't have the Bumgarner or the Syndergaard. They don't have that guy that actually I'm like, oh shit, no one's going to beat him today. I still think
they have what's his name? Is it Alex Reyes, the pot smoking guy who throws 100 miles an hour and can't throw a strike, who was just going to kill the Cubs because that's what happens.
I was watching MLB Network Hot Take with DeRosa and whoever the hell is on that, and was it DeRosa? Was he the one who actually delivered the punchline? They're like, if you had to pick a Cub weakness, what would it be? And I think it must have been DeRosa. Someone said history is their weakness. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. It was the shittiest hot take I've heard. Well, not the worst, but one of top five.
I can top that. I'll come up with a few for you tonight.
Just go to Bleed Cubby Blue. I'm sure you can find something on the front page.
Now, I was trying to think of the right word for this, for the Mets.
Schadenfreude.
They're dog shit. They're
not good.
That's an awful baseball team, and that's
who has Syndergaard's good. Syndergaard's good, and Bumgarner's good.
Yeah, but he can only pitch. He's only going to pitch once against the Cubs.
Yeah, I know, but
he's going to pitch against Jake, and Jake's going to wear khakis or something. It's going to be great.
Is that a State Farm bit? That's a bad bit.
It's hilarious. I like that he's actually on the bullpen phone when he does it too.
Can we talk about how Jake Arrieta is a good ad read? He's
the Cubs have two of them.
Yeah.
Schwarber does a really nice job when he narrates the W Flag commercial.
How fired up were you when it actually cut? Because I didn't recognize his voice. I've never heard Schwarber talk, other than you typing what you think Schwarber sounds like in all caps. I've never heard.
Why wouldn't they have written and why wouldn't he have called somebody a throw man in the commercial? Wouldn't that have been the greatest commercial ever?
Yeah. That commercial gets me fired up. The stupid still ATI physical therapy on the video board for you guys that have gone to games. There's a great. It's I don't know the name of the song. But they changed it for a while, and it's like there's like this beat drops when Hayward just shakes these two heavy ropes, and it fires me off every single time. I'm like, I should work out harder. Then I go home.
Bagman 928 wants us to discuss Vin Scully's greatest call. I can only imagine that it's from a few playoff series ago when the Dodgers were playing the Cardinals and Matt Holliday got hit in the balls with the fly ball and left.
I think we're going to talk about when everyone on the Cub infield made an error, and then Ryan Dempster.
But I'm pretty sure that Vin said all he said was, "There's a line drive to left. Oh, it's ball 3 on Holliday."
Good one.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I let Vin before you got here tonight. Anyhow.
Yeah. Oh, I got a list.
Okay, just let me know. Let me know how you want me to set you up for the rest of these bits because they're killer.
Yeah. See if you can work Muniori Kawasaki into something. I've got some really hilarious Asian slurs that I'm going to.
Okay, but the only joke about him is he is the Asian guy from Revenge of the Nerds, right? I mean, like that guy. I think it's him.
I love
like,
the glasses.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're already like kind of geeky looking enough, but like to like wrap around goggles. I don't know.
All right.
I take
BC.
him on the postseason roster
BC
over
just made
Coughlin.
me laugh actually out loud.
Okay, impossible.
He says, I'm reacting to this broadcast the same way Coughlin reacts to a pitch. So poor BC's flinching out of the way. All right, are we going to talk about that?
For the record, I
Just
didn't
get that out of the way. That Chris Coughlin is not only going to make the playoff roster, he's probably going to start in left field.
I don't know, dude. I don't know that he will make the postseason roster because he's going to be like
I broke it down. Now, if you read The Athletic,
okay,
you would know that I broke down the whole roster today.
Okay, well, fine. No one.
I had to put him on it.
Okay, great. I don't. Is Almora on that roster that Coughlin's on? Because I think. Okay, well, I think Almora is a more useful piece. I mean, like at least he's a defensive replacement and can run the bases.
Yeah, but Joe actually plays Coughlin. You know he's going to put him on there. He's going to use him, and he's going to probably take him out. And like Caesar's going to have to go in like the fourth inning, so that somebody catch. No matter who, even if you play Jorge out there, they're going to have to take him out, so that somebody catch a fly ball late in the game. I got a theory about Jorge.
Great.
That it's good that he got hurt because for whatever reason, every time he comes back off the DL, he goes crazy for like a week.
And well, so remember how crazy he went in the playoffs last year?
Well, that's going to happen again. He's just going to go nuts. He's not going to make it out.
He was my pick to click.
And then, like game 4 of the championship series, it'll be 48 degrees, and he'll be dressed like Randy from A Christmas Story, and he won't be able to put his arms down again, just like last year. All right, cross that one off. I got Randy from A Christmas Story.
Oh boy.
So people were clamoring for this. That you
1985 with your reference.
Yourselves, you asked us to do this. So there you go.
I don't know if anyone did. Anyhow, so who do you want to see, Dolan? Giants or Mets?
I've always wanted to see Cats.
Christ.
No, I think it's pretty clear. I want the Mets. I want revenge because I'm petty. But also, I just think they're bad. Although I think the Giants are bad too. I mean, they just 2 weekends ago, they played the Padres. Yeah. They lost starts to Edwin Jackson and Clayton Richard.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not good.
But we don't have those guys on our roster anymore, so
that's true. Well, this was a tough one. When we got to the bullpen, it came down to, I thought, in my mind, I'm like, well, yeah, we're going to have, it's going to be Aroldis and Pedro and Hector and all those guys. And when I narrowed down, I figured they're probably going to carry 11 pitchers for the division series. Yeah. And you get so 4 starting pitchers with Hamill, off pretending that his elbow's hurt in the dugout. Big Trev didn't make my playoff bullpen. There wasn't any room for him. Literally, there wasn't room for him. Literally, but there also wasn't room for him on a roster spot because you figure you've got.
You could have taken 12 pitchers and left Coughlin off your roster.
Well, I would do that if I were Joe, but I don't think the Cubs are going to do that because you get an off day after game 2, you get an off day after game 4, so you're probably not going to use 7 relievers anyway.
Do you not understand that they look at the blogs in the Cubs blogosphere to figure out what their playoff roster is? Like you influence what Theo does by writing things like this.
BP Wrigleyville. That's all they read, and that's how they make all their.
I still don't believe that. I still don't believe that that's a site. Granted, I have not blogged regularly for a long time, but BP Wrigleyville came along probably around the end of times that I was actually writing, and I've literally never gone to the site, read anything about it.
Super Dave wrote for it last year. Before the Athletic.
Why? Doesn't he have a job?
Well, that was his job. BP hired him to do that.
Oh, I thought he was like a.
I assume it's British Petroleum, all right, not Baseball Prospectus. I think they've got one thing off. They're funnier than the Heckler is. So they've got
BP
that.
Prospectus?
Which is nice.
Or BP Wrigleyville?
BP Wrigleyville. Everything's funnier than the Heckler is. The Heckler's still around.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. For everyone involved. So, I feel bad for Big Trev.
From the Heckler at Desipio.com, all spelled out.
Yeah. They put me in it once, so I've already made big time.
Wait, what? Why? Did they just?
There's a Heckler article about me.
Oh, that's right. They made fun of you.
Because Sarah Spain's boyfriend or whatever,
Yeah.
husband now maybe, I don't know, was the editor, and I made fun of the fact that nobody ever read her Chicago Now blog, and then they wrote a hilarious article about me that I'd never seen a girl's boob or something. I don't know what it was, but it was good, really funny.
Have you?
It was rich. I've seen 2 of them at the same time.
Yep. Different girls.
Yep. At one time, and I didn't make it all the way to New Orleans. I don't know what that means. Put that one down.
Okay, let's get
mark the tape.
Okay. Okay, so you want to see Mets? I would just irrationally say I would want to see Mets too, just because it's an even number year, and the Giants. And you know what? We've got enough superstitious bullshit working against us. And I'm not a superstitious man, but I think the Giants. Well, they have a better manager. I think they have a better manager.
Anybody's better manager than Terry Collins.
Well, he might win manager of the year this year.
Manager than Terry Collins.
He might win manager of the year this year because they can't give it to Madden twice. Unless, I mean, if he wins the World Series, do they do it? They do it at the end of the year. They don't do it. The playoffs are not done, right?
The World Series, they hold those after the playoffs. It's like the last of the playoffs.
Okay. So
then they play the World Series. And then, when do they give the awards? They vote on them now, like right now.
Oh, yeah.
They give them out after, like people are still paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think Madden's going to get it, which is ridiculous because he definitely deserves it again. But, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Well, yes, he does because Travis Wood fucking played left field multiple times. And, like, Madden did cooler shit this year than he did last year.
Well, see, that's why you don't need Almora on the roster because late in the game you just put Wood in left to replace Coughlin. How many times did that happen this year? It happened at least twice, which I just
twice.
I think maybe it happened, just twice, not 3 times.
I can't. Once with Wood.
How many fingers?
Was Grin the other one that was swapping?
No, it was Strope.
Strope, that's right.
It was Pedro, which I would have given anything to see Pedro catch a fly ball.
Yeah.
Nobody hit it.
So I think, I mean, honestly, going with Lester over Arrieta the time Lester laid down the suicide squeeze, like Madden has done more cool button pushing, like voodoo magic kind of Dusty Baker things than he did last year, and he absolutely deserves it. I mean, they won more games with the franchise.
My phone is ringing. It's Cullen Garvey. He wants to bitch for 20 minutes about the time that he pinch ran for Rizzo in extra innings. Okay, go. It's like the one thing people bring up about Joe. Remember that time he did that? Yeah, I remember that one time he did that.
Yeah.
It's probably okay.
Who cares? So I would give it to Madden. I mean, Madden deserves it again. He should get it again, but I get that they don't want to give it to him 2 years in a row. Bryant's going to win the MVP. That's hands down. I was so bummed out because I missed the game yesterday that Hendricks, he still deserves the Cy Young, but it really bummed me out that he had a rougher than normal start and didn't end under 2.
Well, but if he was Gordon Whitmire's boyfriend, DJ LeMahieu, he just wouldn't have played. LeMahieu batted twice in the last 5 games, so he could win the batting title.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. You play on the moon anyway in Denver. It doesn't even count.
Yeah.
Although he edged out our favorite.
The Met.
He's not a Met anymore.
I mean,
he's national now. And he has an anal fissure. He missed games last week.
Is it named Dusty Baker? Did he really?
Hank Aaron had an anal fissure once. I saw a movie about Amy Fisher. Was that the same thing?
Okay.
Damn shame what happened to that one.
Oh, God. We're up to Amy Fisher. What is that, like the early 90s?
I'm getting that's like 10 points for working Amy Fisher.
Great.
All right.
Are you keeping track of the Twitter feed? Or
this is going well. Why? Are you trying to get me to stop telling Amy Fisher jokes?
Ideally. Anyhow.
Nobody's tweeting. They've given up.
Okay.
All right.
So
I
would also like to
let me ask you a real sports radio question.
Great.
Now we know that Chris Bryant.
like Bernstein would do it? Can you do it in Bernstein's voice or Boris? Your choice. Just do it like David Letterman, and then I'll think you're Boris.
Yeah, been
Except
stealing that guy's act.
Take all the humor out of it.
Okay, I agree. Bryant's going to be the MVP.
Thank
Who
you.
is the most, when you take everything into account, who's the most important player on the Cub team? Is it Chris Bryant or is it Anthony Rizzo?
Chris Bryant.
I know who my answer is.
Yours is probably Rizzo, but I say, because of the way you phrase that question, but I say Chris Bryant. I mean, like,
my answer is Chris Bryant.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's not even discuss it.
I know.
I mean, like,
it'd be a horrible sports radio show. Let's just agree on things, and then we got 3 more hours.
Well, because we're actually intelligent. We need someone to call in with a horrible BC. If you're still watching, call in with your stupid take.
Yeah. But one of us would have to take the whole leadership thing. You know, because without Rizzo,
that's idiotic. And Rizzo is probably my favorite Cub in the last.
Yes, he's awesome.
20 years. But as far as like, I mean, Bryant will play anywhere. He can do anything. I mean, he's got an edge. He's a slightly better hitter, I still think, and he's super important. Bryant's the guy that they cannot lose because, like, honestly, if Rizzo goes down for a 15-day DL stint, you got Coughlin to slot right in there at first base, and you don't even miss a beat.
Well, they could activate Tim Fedorowicz if they had to.
That's how you're saying his name?
Fedorowicz.
Let's call him Fedorowicz because he's like a neckbeard and like with a fedora wearing neckbeard. Fedorowicz. You have him making the roster, right?
T-Fed was the first guy on the roster. T-Fed.
Hey, do you have Montero on the roster?
Yes.
You do?
Oh, gotta keep 3 catchers. It does help that Wilson can play left field. So
great. But that's why it doesn't make sense to keep 3 catchers.
Miggy's on the playoff roster because he's the only guy who can catch Arrieta.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean, Ross could catch him, but then you got to play David Ross again. Wilson doesn't handle him very well, and Wilson basically admitted it that Jake's super hard to catch because everything drops so fast at the end, and it's hard to keep the ball here as I wave like. Anyway, apparently it's hard to catch him. I don't know. Miggy can do it, and Miggy's finally in shape. Oh, I got a good story. I'm glad. How I remembered this is ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. Occasionally, I will get instant messages on Twitter from some of the Cub beat writers. Not Jesse though. Jesse doesn't. Jesse, yeah. Well, that's a pretty thing. It's mostly Carrie wanting to know. My wife's home. I just love this scene. They said because the whole thing is ridiculous. Basically, the thing was in the Cub clubhouse before a game last week. Their guys are just sitting around, and the MLB Network is on, and I didn't even know this happened. Will Ullman, our old buddy Will Ullman, apparently was on MLB Network as a panelist, and the writer described the scene as the scene in Animal House when they put Flounder's picture up.
Oh yeah, and everyone just throws shit at it.
Yep. And I'm like, these guys didn't even play with Ullman, and they still know enough to hate him.
That's amazing.
I just thought that was the best.
Okay. Speaking of catchers, I was there for the Friday send off of Ross, even though the whole year's been a send off of Ross. But
did you cry? No.
I teared up. I had a very because not only has Ross been great, is he had so many cool moments in his career in this final year, but like when he retires, unless they sign someone else, I'm going to be older than everyone on this goddamn roster for the first time in my life. And it's very, very humbling, very, I don't know. It's like Kerry Wood. I was, a year older, around the same age as Kerry Wood. And so he was the one who I remembered the hype, remembered him coming up, followed his career, saw his whole career, and watched him retire. And so of course I bawled like a baby when Wood retired. But this is like the last, I'm officially an old man. Unless they hire like Julio Franco and get him to come back. Unless they sign Julio Franco.
The player that I like took from prospect to rookie to the end of his career was Sean Dunston.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a fun one. And shit, his career lasted forever.
Yes, and another reason I hate Dusty.
I don't need to. My plate's full.
Sean hit the home run in Game 6 that put the Giants ahead before Dusty completely botched the whole Russ Ortiz bullpen thing. Sean Dustin would have hit the home run that won the World Series for the Giants.
Yep.
But Dusty fucked it up. You brought up Kerry Wood, which means I have to bring out our first guest. Pat Hughes wants to talk about the 20 strikeout game for an hour. All right, come on in, Pat. Why is it they have to have Kerry on like 4 times a year and all they talk about is the 20 strikeout game? He won the only clinching game that the Cubs had won since 1940 or 08. 08. Talk about that once in a while, Pat. I love Pat, but come on, let's get over it.
I love Pat too. He's no Vin Scully. Okay, can I just make a confession?
Oh, are we going to rip on Vin Scully?
Vin Scully
about what an overrated
is a horrible human being. No, every time I've heard Vin Scully, it's been, ear poetry. But I've never had occasion to, I have no personal connection. Of course, I'm going to miss, the game is going to miss Vin Scully. But, it's not like I have MLB at bat. It's not like I'm listening to Dodgers game just for Scully. I love that the Cubs have and Lennon and JD step aside to let or bring him into the booth when this past year. That was cool, and I liked how they did that because it's a respectful thing. My dogs are barking. Can your dogs hear my dogs through? Anyhow, but I mean, I'm not a Dodger fan. I have no personal connection to Vin Scully. It's sad. I mean, it's not sad that he's leaving.
Right,
he had a very long career. He's probably going to enjoy the rest of his life. Hey, Beasley.
Say hi. There's 17 people actually watching us right now. So
oh boy,
say hi.
A bunch of dogs just or like a cat's pawing at the screen. But maybe Vin Scully, if you're watching right now, BC, don't make requests. Vin, if you're watching right now, everyone adores you. I adore you. If I would have heard you more, I would have adored you. But I've heard you call maybe 3 games in my life. I don't have I'm. It looks like your dog's wearing a suit and a tie.
Here comes the. There we go. There they go. They all made the podcast. Good job.
Peace.
You can really clear a room.
I mean, at this point, I'd be sadder if Len and JD retired than I would be if that Vin Scully's retiring. But I do get he's a goddamn national treasure. He's an amazing human being, and God bless him. His send-off was very sweet, very cool, and he's always been great. As BC just tweeted at us, the Dowager Queen, his description of Wrigley was very cool. But I don't know, whatever. It ain't my shit.
Well, I hope the Cubs took notes because in 64 years, whatever it is, when Ron Coomer finally retires as broadcaster, I want the same send-off for Ron. That's going to be great.
Coomer
one of the best things about the playoffs, if you have to end up listening to one of the games on the radio, the 5th inning will now be Len Casper. It won't be Ron Coomer. So thank God for that.
Coomer's not so bad.
He's not. I like him as a color analyst. I mean, as much as you need one.
He chimes in when
play-by-play. I don't know why they make him do it. I don't understand. It's like they're trying to make an ass out of him once a game.
Coomer is speaking of Animal House, callback from before. Coomer is the guy. He's like the perfect Dean yelling out his name. He's like Coomer. I just want that to happen once. Maybe Pat Hughes. Pat Hughes is Dean age. Has sort of the silver temples.
Pat's been with the Cubs for 20 years now. Is that right? Long time.
I feel like it was 98. Was that right? I don't know.
96, maybe? I think it's 20 years now.
Okay.
That's good. This is good that I didn't look that up. Why don't I look it up? Everyone, just wait a second.
We're good.
I will just let me look this up.
This is going great.
Yeah, good so stuff. Far. This is what they get. This is no different than any other podcast we've ever done, where we don't prepare and then we just babble and then we amuse ourselves and then we finally get tired and we stop.
All right, let's get this runaway train on track.
Well, I gotta ask a good question here because it's something I wanted to bring up.
That'll be the first.
Jason Spock, whose grandpa wrote the baby book and whose dad was Leonard Nimoy, asked if we would rather have home field or Schwarber for the playoffs.
Huey, our fact checker, said 96 for Hughes. Who do we want? Anyone?
Would you rather have home field or would you rather have, in the World Series, would you rather have home field or Kyle Schwarber? I would rather have Schwarber than home field in any series. I'm a little, I gave it away, but who was their most important hitter in the playoffs last year?
Chris Coughlin?
It was
Jason Hamill. Jason Hamill had the hit that basically beat the Cardinals, and then Baez. No, I would say, wait, in the playoffs last year? Well, I mean Schwarber.
Yeah.
Other than Schwarber,
he's Kyle Schwarber, the Cubs' all-time leader in postseason home runs.
I know. Okay, I thought you were setting something else up to make me feel like a jerk. Anyhow,
yeah. But who had the most important hit in any game in the playoffs?
Jason Hamill. Jason Hamill.
No, because that's not the answer I wanted, so that's wrong. There's no right or wrong answer, but that's the wrong answer.
Wild card game?
No.
Or do you want?
Because they won 4-0. Did Dexter hit the first home run in that game? I think he did.
Yeah.
It's Rizzo's home run off Segrist after the Cubs had blown the lead they got with Javi's home run, tied it up, and 1 inning later, Rizzo gets down 0-2 to Segrist and hits a home run off him for the second night in a row. And they took the lead, and then a couple innings later, I guess you saw Kyle park one on top of the Budweiser sign, and
wait a minute, that was
a little party. 4.
Yeah, I was that game. I didn't realize scoreboard was Kyle's. Jesus, I was at that. Well, because I was there live, I didn't really see it land on the scoreboard. I just thought it still hasn't landed. I didn't realize that was 4. I thought for some reason that was.
No, he hit a home run in Game 6. Everybody did. Or Game 6. In Game 3, they had 6 home runs. Everybody hit one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, those were the days.
Yeah.
It's too bad that won't happen again.
Not even a year ago. Anyhow. So we're gonna say, you want to see the Mets? Do you think the Mets are actually going to get past Bumgarner?
I think they might. Because Syndergaard's really good, and they're playing in New York, and their lineup. They've got Yoenis,
great,
Cespedes,
good bit,
and and I don't remember the rest of the team. I think they got Tim Tuffle. I think plays for him again.
Mm-hmm.
Rafael Santana.
Great. Let me know when you're done with this. Okay, because Magna Carta.
Marv Throneberry.
At Magna Carta says, should Zobrist change his walk-up music for the NLDS? I heard that goddamn song so many times that I'm. When you hear a song enough times, like Call Me Maybe, you're like, do I like this song or do I just recognize this song so aggressively that I actually like it now? That's whatever her name, Melanie Zobrist, whatever the hell her name is. Juliana. What Zobrist walk-up song became for me. It was like, do I like this song now or do I just accept it as like being part of like me being at a ball game, like enjoying a good Cub team, enjoying a great signing. And I think it's a terrible song. I don't know a lot about music. Like, they're way more intelligent people than I am about music, but it seems terrible.
It makes me feel alive.
I've only heard those first 2 lines.
Yeah, that's all. I think that's all there is to the song. I think the song is only 11 seconds long.
If we're going to talk walk-up music, can we talk about how Chris? Because earlier in the year, Rizzo walked up to like Stone Cold's music, and I love that Rizzo always changes his music. I loved Ross's on the Friday game. Rizzo walked up to Forever Young. It was awesome. And his first at bat last year, or the beginning of this year, after Castro being gone. His first at bat was Castro's old music, which was awesome. But Coughlin then decided to take, and I'm not a big wrestling fan. I follow it sort of tangentially through a friend because it's hilarious. And Coughlin for like 3 or 4 different at bats. I just normally turn off Coughlin at bats, but he was going up to different. He went up to like Hulk Hogan's "I Am a Real American." He went up to the Stone Cold music. I was like, "Fuck you, Coughlin!" Like it's not even a good bit. Rizzo already did it. Did I mention I hate Chris Coughlin?
I think it may have come up.
Like my lunch when Chris Coughlin goes to bed. It's a good bit right there.
It was good. I like it.
Great. Thank you. Huey asks if Chip Carey's doing any playoff games. He's asking the @YouTube account as well as the two of us because Huey has never been on the internet before. Hey, @YouTube, do you know about Chip Carey's podcast schedule?
It'd be great if YouTube answered. No, he's not.
No, he's not, right? I mean, he can't be.
Do you know why Chip Carey's Twitter handle isn't @Chip Carey?
I hope there's a porn star named Chip Carey.
No. It's because some guy during those immortal playoffs where he did the line drive out there, caught. Some guy realized that Chip hadn't claimed that, and he signed up for it, and he did a bunch of tweets as Chip, and they were pretty funny, and then Twitter suspended it. That was me. That was me. I had the Chip Carey account, and I got it suspended, and no one can ever use it again. So I feel pretty good about that. That's what he gets for not picking his own name, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I registered domains that were connected to my name just to keep them out of people's hands. I'll probably never do anything with them, but I'm a goddamn star, so I need to protect my IP.
Well, apparently, YouTube allows you to put your name under you, and I don't get that treatment.
That's
so
true.
That's fine.
In case anyone doesn't recognize me. BC says that Zober should change to Starlin's old music just to save our sanity for the playoffs.
Just so everybody can clap.
Do you know how bad people at Cubs games are at actually clapping along to that? Like, slow the fuck down. Like, just clap when you hear. Like, you don't have to. Don't look at other people clapping. And like, technically, when someone clapping across the bleachers, if their hands are hitting, you're gonna hear the clap slightly behind. But just listen to the music and just clap whenever you hear the clapping. It's really bad, you guys. And I have no rhythm, no sense of timing, and I can follow along to the, 10 seconds of clapping required for Starlin's walk-up song.
Something that I'm surprised we haven't seen more people freak out about yet is that the unlike last year where the National League playoffs were on TBS.
Oh.
This year they're on Fox. And that means Joe Buck.
My mom will be happy though because she doesn't have cable somehow still, and she was like, "Where should I go?" I'm like, "Ma, just go to a bar and get shit-faced."
Well, they're not going to be on Big Fox in the first round. They're going to be on FS1.
Yeah.
And I think the Saturday game is on MLB Network, so we might very well get Bob Costas.
Oh.
But I actually, last year, this will be all right because I like him.
You like Costas?
No. Last year in the first round, Buck didn't do the first round because he was too busy, playing grab ass with Troy Aikman. So he can't give that up. So Matt Vasgersian did the first round.
Vasgersian's great.
But he may have been. Oh crap! He might be on the second team. So we may end up with Kenny Albert. That's who did. I think Kenny Albert worked with. Last year was Harold and Tom Verducci. Thank God we don't have Harold.
This is one of those times I actually wish ESPN had major events because I would love to hear Schulman calling postseason games.
Great.
I love Schulman. And Jessica Mendoza.
But you just know that they would work. Somehow Berman would end up there instead.
Oh God damn it! You're right. Never mind.
Have the.
But like Boone isn't terrible.
They have one of the wild card games.
What's that?
ESPN is one of the wild card games. I think the national.
Okay. But Mendoza, like the turnover from John Miller
and Joe Morgan
to to what they have now is like, I mean, the quality of that broadcast. Yeah.
Because they had Crook
for sure.
For a while.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wasn't Valentine on that one wasn't he also on that one, or was that I'm misremembering?
Jose Valentine?
No. Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine.
Yeah. Oh, Valentine.
Or Valentine. I've heard it both ways.
Well, whatever. I like to put
him and Tim Fedorowicz.
That team, and because the Cubs have been on so many Sunday night baseball games because they've been relevant. That team has been a really, really
they're good.
Nice to listen to. Even Boone, who's probably a meathead, he lays back.
He's been concussed.
Yeah,
a lot, I think.
But he lays back enough where he's not annoying, and
he literally made pass out for long stretches during the broadcast.
Great, then even better. But Schulman, I think Schulman's one of the best in the game right now, honestly.
Yeah, he's good.
I might actually.
I like Vasgersian. I like Vasgersian because he once had to apologize to Cardinal fans because during a Padre broadcast he made reference to the fact that all the fans drive to the games in a Camaro. I like that. He had to apologize.
I don't like that he apologized though.
They made him do it. And he used to be the voice of the XFL, so he's used to doing big games. That's right. So that's good.
I'm going to actually see if Len and JD want to just come to my house for the game.
JD probably could. Len's busy. Len's working. Yeah. That one inning.
JD.
Wonder what he does the rest of the time. Just sit in the back of the booth and hang out.
He probably watches.
Check to see if Pat's irritable bowel syndrome is flared up again and has to leave the booth for uncomfortably long stretches of time.
Not as uncomfortable it is for Pat. Anyhow,
that's funny.
Hey yo, great, doing great. Okay, so the question still stands. You didn't even answer it. You want the Mets to advance? You think they're actually going to?
Haven't we covered this?
No, you keep saying you're like, yeah. You want the Mets to advance. Did you say that Syndergaard is actually going to beat him? Is that where you landed on that? I wanted a definitive answer. Who owns the Cubs right now?
I think the Mets are going to win.
Okay.
I think in the end it doesn't matter. I think it'll be a little more challenging to beat the Giants because you got to beat the great Johnny Cueto twice, maybe.
Yeah.
But you also get Samardzija, which would be great.
Yeah, that would be fun.
And their offense is terrible, and the Mets' offense is terrible. So, I mean, honestly, if the Cubs somehow manage to lose in the division series, it's all set up for them to crawl into the championship series.
I know, but that's what makes me very nervous about it, and just literally for superstitious reasons. Like, here's the thing: it's so stupid for us even to do this and like make predictions and all this stuff because like the Cubs can't have done anything more to set themselves up to win the World Series. Like, they're as set as they can be. Shit's gonna happen. If shit happens the wrong way, we're in trouble. They're in trouble. If shit happens the right way, they're gonna win the World Series. Like, they can't have made themselves better. Someone wrote an article today about how the the Pythagorean wins loss or like run scored wins loss and all that stuff. And they're like, watch out for the Red Sox because their win loss, like they should really have won 90 or whatever that they're like a plus 10. So they really should have won like these 10 more games to get to 103. And I'm like, yeah, but then they did the Cubs and the Cubs should have won 113. I'm like, so your argument is they're as good as the Cubs, but then you're not extrapolating that to the Cubs should actually be better than the Cubs. So it was such a stupid argument, and I hate it. I do think it's probably going to be Indians or Red Sox.
The Indians though don't have.
I know they lost half their team.
They're both gone. So that's
I know. For them. No, it's not at all. But I don't like. No, absolutely. And the Rangers, I know, I get it. They've got home field throughout if they get it, but. I don't know. I don't like the Rangers. I think it's going to be Indians. I think Indians, Red Sox are the two teams that will probably end up there.
Yeah, well, they play, right? Aren't they the first round matchup?
Yeah.
Because the Rangers get the wild card winner?
Yep. So I think whoever comes out of that, and that's Orioles and
Toronto.
Thank you. Which I assume there's going to be 300 home runs hit during that wild card game.
So I'm glad the Cardinals are out, but I would have liked to have seen the ridiculous 3-way tie and how they would have had to have broken that, where I think the Giants had the best record against the other two teams, and so the Mets and Cardinals would have played each other today. Then the winner would have had to play the Giants, and then the winner of that game would have then had to have gone. No, would that have been the wild card game? That would have been the wild card game.
I tuned out.
It seemed like it was more complicated than that. Anyway, we never have to worry about it. Every year we get to that last Saturday or Sunday, and there's this we could have 5 teams tie. It's going to be Armageddon, and then it never happens. So, kind of disappointing.
Someone just tweeted Kyle tweeted us, need to see a
he is there.
Podcast from
go to Study Hall
at Desipio.com and at hirejimessian.com sometime this week.
Keep up, Kyle. Well, we know he's not watching.
I just let him know because he's our only fan. Okay, so you're taking Mets. I am gonna take Giants in the division series.
Good. See, that's better sports radio. We got to disagree.
Yeah, we have to disagree. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like fuck the Mets. I would love to beat the Mets or watch the Cubs beat the Mets and avenge last year, but I don't know. I just got a feeling. It's just because honestly in playoffs it's all just feelings. I think. I think the Giants I think it's gonna be Giants Cubs, and then we can avenge '89. That'll be great.
Yep, and then we can play the Dodgers and avenge 08, or we can play the Nats and avenge Dusty.
I don't think Dusty's gonna make it to the championship series.
Yeah. And the Nats are really good, and they've hired him.
I know.
Crash their ship into the rocks.
And like they're good, but their window is very quickly closing. I mean, like I think their window is very quickly closing. So I do think because the guy that owns the theater with me is a huge Dodgers fan, so I'm kind of rooting for them against the Dodgers. Although I'm of course terrified of seeing the Dodgers, but it would be way worse to lose to a Dusty-led team to miss the World Series than to lose to the Dodgers. So the worst case, I'm rooting for Dodgers. That's what I think is going to get past.
It'd be kind of fun to see him, have to choke on his toothpick and watch the Cubs celebrate a pennant in front of him.
But that's who I think. I think it's going to be Giants. I think they're going to have to go through the West. And then I think they're going to end up with the Red Sox.
So Giants, Dodgers, Red Sox.
That's my thing. And I got the Cubs winning all 3 of those in the bare minimum number of games.
Yes. Yeah. Will they face an elimination game?
No. Yes. Yes. But I, for some reason, think it's going to be the division series that they face an elimination game that they win. And I don't think they will in the championship series or the World Series.
I think that, especially now that the Cubs aren't the wild card team, it's easy to do this. I think they do. I think the current setup is not punitive enough for the wild card team.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I think that they should
3 games.
I think they should only get 1 home game. I think you should play games 1 and 2, and then they go to them for game 3, and then you come back for 4 and 5. That's it. If you want more home games, win a division. And I went farther than that in a tweet today, which is the wildcard team 1 can get 1 playoff game. Wildcard team 2 gets no home playoff games. You go to the top seed and you play until the series is over.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would make
my other brilliant
sense,
idea
honestly.
was they should play the wildcard game at noon, and then the winner has to play. The Giants and Mets would have come to Wrigley on Wednesday. They play at noon, and then the winner plays the Cubs that night.
I mean, honestly, yeah, if you want to handicap those teams, for sure. And like, a team deep like the Cubs, that wouldn't affect them as badly. And so, like, if they did have to squeak in on a wild card, you'd reward the teams that are actually built for depth and are actually good. 1 through 20, let's say 23, because Coughlin and Hamill are still on the roster, and like you'd reward those teams and punish the ones that just can trot out a Syndergaard or a Cueto, for a start, or Bumgarner for a starter too. I like that. Do you have MLB at MLB? Is there even an at MLB? I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah, I tweet them all the time. I'm very helpful. Just like I tweet at the Cubs all the time. They love it. Really, my suggestions, they're very fond of them. My other idea was 12-man roster for the wildcard team.
Oh boy.
That's all you get. Make it work, buddy.
Wait, for just the wild card game or for the?
No, for the first series.
Okay, that's
you get your starting 8, and you get to pick 4 pitchers, and come on in. It's gonna be great. What more do you need?
That'd be nuts.
Oh, the Giants would love it. They play Bumgarner and left. He'd probably be better than whoever they've got out there. They had Connor Gillespie playing third base the other day. Yesterday. It's not pretty.
No.
It's too bad. It's too bad the Cubs have, a bench full of guys that could start for either the Mets or the Giants.
Yeah. Who is Gordon Beckham on the
He was,
Giants?
Which I didn't know. I saw him. He was celebrating during a highlight. And I'm like, oh, God, there's Gordon Beckham.
He is, right? I mean, he's
I have a feeling he's not going to be on playoff.
No. But I saw that. I was like, really? He's a thing?
He's still a thing. So they got a lot of ex-White Sox. They still have Aaron Rowand. You get him out of mothballs to crash into the fence in center just for old time's sake. That's what he'll do when their first home playoff game. Instead of throwing out the first pitch, they'll just give him the ball and he'll run headlong into the fence in center field. Trying to get the crowd fired up. I
don't know if there was a player in Major League history that looked more like he should be working at a Blockbuster than Aaron Rowand.
Didn't he miss a big hunk of a season because he was in a dirt bike accident?
Probably. Perfect. I don't know. Ask Huey. Huey, fact check that for us.
Yeah. All right. So let me look up Aaron Rowand dirt bike because I'm pretty sure that's
we got 11 people watching us.
16.
Whoa, you losers. Anyhow, okay. So who do you like, Dolan? I gave you my hot takes on who are. I'm taking the Cubs over the Giants.
I gotta go through and pick them all.
I'm taking Giants over Mets, Cubs over Giants, Cubs over Dodgers, Cubs over Red Sox.
All right, I'll take the. I want the Mets to beat the Giants because I think the Mets are easier to beat. So I'll take the Mets.
True.
I want to take the Nats because I think they're better than the Dodgers, but I just have a feeling that Dusty's going to screw that up. So then I think the Cubs will have to beat the Dodgers. And I think the Red Sox are going to go to the World Series American League. So pretty much the same as you, except with the difference in the first round.
Okay, cool. Clinching
game.
So
you don't need to watch.
Will they go to
everybody 3 weeks?
Will they go to an elimination game or no?
Will they what?
Will they go to an elimination game or no? I mean, obviously, the game that the other team gets eliminated, even if it's a game. I'm talking, will the Cubs be on the cusp of elimination at any point?
Because allegedly,
let me just explain. If the other team wins one more time, will the Cubs be eliminated from the world? Will they be in that scenario?
Isn't it true that if the 2005 World Series or playoffs actually happened, that the White Sox didn't face an elimination game, right? I think they only lost.
Say that again.
One game. Didn't they lose one playoff game? Something ridiculous. The Sox never faced an elimination game in their World Series. If the White Sox can do it with that slapdick bunch, the Cubs can do it with a really good team.
Because the Angels, they beat in Game 4. I don't know. I didn't fucking watch that play.
I didn't either. I literally didn't watch a second of it. It's been told to me. It's just been passed down orally over the years.
Gross. Someone said, okay, I should give credit. Jason Spock or at Spock Jason sent us
the thing where we have to fill out how many runs the Cubs scored.
How many home runs the postseason? Can you name the Chicago Cubs playoff home runs? This is a Sporkle. I guess, can we do this on? Can you post this on our so people can play along? But there's been 61 home runs hit in the playoffs, and almost an entire column of them is from the 2015 playoffs. Yeah. Quite a few hit in 2003 too. Almost a column. Actually, were more hit in 2003, maybe. The Cubs hit one home run in 2007 and one home run in 2008 in the playoffs. Great.
Anyhow, I don't know if you've realized this, but the Cubs haven't been good very often. This is kind of a illustration of that.
Okay, Dolan, what if I screen share this?
That's what I was going to say.
And take this quiz. Okay, I'm going to play along with you. Okay, I'm going to try. You guys, this is riveting, huh?
Especially for the people who listen to this tomorrow. What are they doing now? They're sharing their screen? Oh, these two are the worst.
Okay, let me see what I have to close so many porn windows.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the curse of the goat. Now I'm disturbed by whatever that was.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. Here we go. Does that work?
Something's trying. All I see is me, handsome me. No, I just got a black screen.
Okay. Well, it didn't work then. Well, we can just talk our way. No, let's not do this. Let's not do this live. But thank you for sending that, whoever I shouted out before. I actually want to try that and see what I can. See if I can. I bet I'll get about 20. Oh, there we go. I see it.
There we go.
All right. Do you want to try this? This is embarrassing.
All right.
MLB Playoff Preview on YouTube, Dylan. You dork. All right.
So where are we starting?
Backwards or forwards? Just hit start. Let's do this.
Oh, we have to. Oh, here we go.
Sammy Sosa. I think you just do last names. Yeah, Sosa. Schwarber. That'll take care of like 17 of them.
Oops. Mark DeRosa. What's his name? Randall Simon.
Yeah. Fowler. Rizzo.
Bryant. Rizzo. Javi.
Oh yeah.
Who else hit one in with one through? Oh, Jorge.
Oh yeah. He hit 3. Oh shit, 3.
Who else hit one in game 3?
Oh, Randall Simon. I forgot about him.
Starlin.
Did we get all the? I can't see. Scroll up. Did we get all the 2015? Yeah, cool. Okay.
2000. God, who hit one in 07?
Oh yeah, tweet them at us, dudes. Probably Dempster.
No, he gave them all up.
Did Lou hit one at some point? I mean, Kerry won. Gonzalez, Alex Gonzalez.
Yeah, he hit several.
He had a bunch of them.
I can't spell it. Gonzalez.
A-L-E. Okay.
Oh, look at that. That lit up.
Nice. Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Did Karros ever hit one?
Say Tinker. To write Tinker, Evers, and Chance because we got to get that 19.
There we go.
No, we got all those then probably.
God.
What's his name? Giovanni Soto. Yeah, Huey just tweeted at us. Thank you.
LCS game 1 that wasn't Sammy.
Would Henry Rodriguez have hit one? Oh, that was 98.
He wasn't on the team.
Yeah, never mind. Who hit one in 1998 NLDS Game 1 against the Braves? Blauser.
Wasn't he playing for the Braves?
I'm kidding.
Was it Scott Service?
No. God damn it. Gabby Hartnett. That's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Magnet Carta. Oh, really?
Gabby never hit.
Soriano. Yeah, probably. No. We got all 2007 beyond. Yep. I think earlier. NLCS Game 1. Not
We got a lot of 03s we still got to get to here. We had Randall Simon.
Was McGriff on a team? No, he was on 01.
We all got all Sammys, which was apparently only 2.
A Lou? Did a Lou hit one? No.
I tried a Lou. He didn't get one. We got Kerry Wood.
2003 game. He hit one. Terrio.
Like Dave Clark or somebody hit one? No.
God. Oh, let's go back to 84 and just start.
How about Paul Bacco? How many did Paul Bacco hit?
Can we go back to 84 because
Sutcliffe hit one.
Yeah, Sutcliffe.
Arch.
Yeah.
2.
Did Durham?
Sandberg never hit one. That's a shock.
DeRosa. Huey, now you're just distracting us.
Yeah, we already got DeRosa. That was one of my first ones. My boyfriend.
Who else would have hit one in that team? Did Jody Davis ever hit one?
Yep,
Yeah.
2. Oh, Jody. Game 5. Atta boy.
Hartnett. Oh, we misspelled Hartnett, says Magna Carta. Thank you. Try HRTNETT. There we go. Thank you.
I thought I spelled it right.
Aramis.
Oh, yeah. He had a grand slam.
Yep. Jesus. That took care of all like the modern era.
How did I forget?
Thank you. Well done. All right. Okay.
We have any
Cubs of the 30s and we still got 2003 ones to get. We only have 2 minutes, you guys. Get it together. And no cheating. Don't be looking this up.
God, who were the 30s?
Would Jerome Walton have hit? Well, like who? Let's think of who would have been on.
Oh yeah, 89.
89 and 2003. I assume that's
that one. Did Lloyd McClendon hit one?
Hack Wilson, good call. Magna Carta is our Huey of the old. Kerry Woodaloo, we got those. Huey, look at the screen for God's sake.
I tried Phil Cabrera. How about Andy Pafko? Do you have one? No.
How about?
I feel bad that I don't remember who 89.
Yeah, I was a young boy at the time, but 2003, I feel like we should know. They hit 2 in Game 4 of the NLDS, and we don't have either one of them. Did you finish?
From last year? We still have something from last year. We didn't get.
2003. We've got. Oh, and who hit the one in the championship series? I thought that was Hornsby.
Bruce Hornsby? In the range?
Great. Did Grace hit one in 89?
Yeah. Grace did
everything.
89. And everyone. 89 Game 4. They got eliminated. Mike Bilecki pitched. Mitch Williams hit one. God.
Charlie Grimm.
Sandberg. Sean.
Just try Grimm and see if one of them is Justin Grimm. Grimm. G-R-I-M. There we go. There we go. Nice. Magna Carta coming through. How can we not get 1998? The only I blotted that series out of my mind though. Who the hell was on that team?
I remember that.
Kiki Kyler. Nice. Okay, we got that one. This is very exciting, you guys. We only have 8 seconds. We gotta at least get 1998.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe
you're spelling it wrong. Oh shit. Oh well.
98. Who hit the?
Let's see where they come in.
Luis Salazar. Tyler Houston.
Oh,
I said Karros. I didn't type it in.
I forgot about Karros. Yeah. Ron Say in 84.
I spelled Cavaretta wrong.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna count Cavaretta and we're gonna count Karros. So we did pretty well. Frank Demery.
How did I forget Tyler Houston?
He is the guy that homered off that vaunted Braves staff.
Yeah, because that was the game that they were winning 1-0. Tapani pitched, and then
that's right.
Late. That's why I thought it was Houston. I thought it was Service.
Karros hit 2 in Game 4. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, we did pretty well.
Yeah, we did. Oh, kind of sad.
Can't say who would have thought.
It's kind of sad. There's only been 61 postseason home runs in Cub history. They've only been playing since 1876.
Well, and if Schwarber, okay, here's a good topic. I know you've been harping on it, and I've been actually flying your banner, as well. Schwarber's going to be back for the playoffs, right?
Of course.
Like he's going to be on the roster. Maybe not for the division series, but Frank Demery had 72 home runs over 12 seasons, according to Magna Carta.
He hit him when they counted.
Yeah, exactly. So when, I guess, is the question, will Schwarber be back? Championship series? Division series? Will he be there on Friday? I mean, he'll be there on Friday.
Didn't play him all year. Then let's put him on the roster in case we need a pinch hit. No,
I would take him over Coughlin.
I would. He's already, even if he can't run, he plays just as good a left field.
Yeah.
No, I fear that we're not going to see Kyle. So I wonder if you're Kyle and you're not going to play in the playoffs this year, which I'm sure he still could. Would you actually kind of not want the Cubs to win the World Series this year?
No, next year. Kyle Schwarber wants them to win the World Series.
I think if I were Kyle, I'd want to get the pennant out of the way. But then, if you don't win the World Series, that won't break my heart.
Did you not see the commercial?
I'm going to hit 12 home runs.
If they make it as deep as the World Series, I guarantee
Yes, I know
Schwarber's on that team.
You guarantee he's on the team?
I guarantee he's on the roster for the World Series if they make it that far. Not guarantee, but they have to be saying what they're saying. There's absolutely no way that someone is tweeting, or BC is tweeting us again. 3 current MLB stadiums where the Cubs have won a playoff game. Wrigley Field.
Turner Field, Busch Stadium?
Yeah.
God, that's it?
Well, wait a minute. PNC. BC, yes. This fucking thing sucks. Wait, Turner Field's gone. So not Turner. Isn't it something else now?
Oh, because yesterday it ended. Yeah. All right, Good job. We exploit that loophole. You lose $1 billion in taxes too, or you tell us you're a genius.
I say Schwarber is going to be in the World Series. I think they have to be saying what they're saying. They have to have been saying what they're saying for all time because we're idiots and we're going to get super excited if there's any chance that Schwarber's going to be in the playoffs. But there is a chance because he'll definitely be in the playoffs.
Does he play in the simulated game tomorrow?
There's a sim game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got to get tickets.
You can buy simulated tickets to the simulated game. I would like to know if Kyle gets an at-bat in that simulated game.
Call Paul Sullivan.
I'm going to find out.
Does he even go to games anymore?
That would be the first. See, that would be the first real inkling that maybe him playing in the World Series is a possibility. If he gets a live at-bat or two in the sim game.
I'm telling you.
Even if they don't let him play the field. I would think they would let him. I mean, what the hell? You can only let Muniori Kawasaki bat so many times, pretend he's actually playing.
No. That guy loves him some baseball, though.
Yes, he does.
He should win.
Somebody tweeted at me that he should have be on the playoff roster for his speed because the way he scored from first on that double yesterday. First of all, I'm like, I applaud you for continuing to watch that game.
I didn't watch it.
Second, no, I don't think Kawasaki is going to make it. That would be if he made it over Albert. That really would make me mad because if you need somebody with some wheels, I think Albert's just as fast as Kawasaki is. Although Kawasaki, he is known for his wheels.
Yeah.
And motorcycles.
Good one.
All right, I think we're probably
let's wrap this up.
I think we
played an on-air trivia game that no one that is listening to this on audio will appreciate even remotely.
What are they doing? Why are they just randomly yelling out names? I don't get it. It was a cool use of technology for those who could see it, though, and it'll live on the YouTube channel forever. So I'm sure.
Until YouTube gets swallowed up. Did you put in for tickets? Did you get any tickets?
I put in. I did not win the lottery last year. I won. I won the lottery to get Division Series tickets, and by the time I got in there, and it was right away, I didn't get any.
Wait, what? The hell's the point of the lottery part of it then?
Oh, they get more. They pull more names than they have.
Oh boy.
Availability. But I mean, I literally I started 2 minutes after I had a meeting. I got out of the meeting and I ran to my computer and it was 9:02 and I thought, I'm guaranteed to get seats. Got bupkis. I could have got a single. I said, well, screw that. I'll watch it on TV. So I did.
Oh man, I would have got a single. That's even better. You could be like, Barry.
Yeah. Sorry.
To bring it to you.
Sorry. I didn't
get all they had left. All they left was single seats.
I bought the last ticket in the place.
Well, hey, actually, if you want to ditch work and come on Friday, if my buddy still has it, he said he had a standing room only for game 1, $180 SRO. I could reach out to him if you want to go because the guy SRO. I have to sit with, I'm not super happy that I have to sit with him because he's a huge douche. So if you're listening to this, you're a huge douche.
If you're not SRO, you're SOL.
So I'm kind of going to be bouncing around probably.
Yeah. Wrigley's a really good stadium to bounce around in because
that's great.
Are so luxurious.
Yep. Let me know if you do.
All right, I'll let you know.
I'll stand. I would rather stand with you than sit in my actual seats. But I'll be there. Game 1 they're not going to need a game 5 because that would be an elimination game, and I already said they won't. But I have game 1 and
you
game
already
5.
know they're not going to any of those.
Yeah,
That'd be exciting. I'm already dry heaving in anticipation of Friday.
I know. I'm already. Yeah, it's okay. Before we go, can we talk about how shitty these start times are? 5:30 and 8 o'clock.
I thought it's 7 and 8.
Nope.
You mean when they have the two games at the same? Because the Cubs are playing at 7 o'clock on Friday.
8 o'clock Central Time.
Oh, Friday's the 8 o'clock game, and then Saturday
8:15 or something.
Yeah.
What the hell am I supposed to do for?
Well, you think
20 hours?
I don't think a Friday night in Wrigley that with an 8 o'clock start, people are going to be that drunk. So I think it'll be good.
I've already turned down like multiple. Someone's like, "Hey, can you cover a closing for me?" I'm like, "Nope." I've already like canceled all of my plans for Friday, so I'm gonna be.
I guess I don't understand why. To me, it would make more sense to stagger them so that you had an American League and a National League game each night, and then they'll be on different networks, so you could actually start one like an hour up. I mean, I know they'd never do it. But people are used to flipping back and forth between two games. They're having two TVs to watch two games. And you wouldn't start them at the same time.
Whoa, Mr. Moneybags. Two TVs.
Yeah. TVs are expensive these days.
Nobody has two TVs.
Nobody's got two TVs. But, if you start them an hour and a half apart, you could have decent start times for both.
And then, I mean,
people would still see them.
Right. And for the first game's a blowout, you can just...
Yeah.
Transfer over. You'd probably know an hour and a half in.
I remember in 2003, I don't know which game it was. It was one of the games in Miami. It started on some ridiculous Fox-owned cable channel because the
FX.
Yankees and Red Sox. It might have been FX. Yankees and Red Sox had like this ridiculous rain delay, and then they had the Pedro Don Zimmer fight, and the game was going on forever. And so the Cubs played like the first 3 innings where they weren't really on Fox because, and I had a dish, I found it, but people were freaking out because they couldn't find the Cubs. So it doesn't make any sense to me that when you have games on at the same, I guess that's a bad example because that's an American League and National League game, but they don't have to be on the same network. But I can't solve all of baseball's problems.
I really like your idea.
They're going to have to do some of this on their own.
For the wild card, or for the wild card winners. Or the wild card winner. Well, winners, one in each league. But I really like that idea. I think that, it gets that incentive back into winning that division. But hey, I have no power over anything. Anyhow, are we going to do this?
We can do this again after they beat the Mets.
2 more of these. Well, we'll have to do one after they win the World Series too, right?
Yeah, I would think we'd have to wrap that one up.
Okay, and just real quick, my last closing thought.
We do it from the parade.
My closing thought. I'll be obviously very excited when the Cubs win the World Series, if this year or not. It's going to bum me out if Aroldis Chapman gets the last out in a Cub uniform on a hill because he's such a piece of shit. And, it'll be very exciting. And, yes, it'll be amazing. But, I hope he gets buried in the bottom of the pile and a bunch of people spike him during the ceremony because what a piece of shit that human being is. And I hate him. At least I don't hate him for the reasons I hate Coghlan and Hamill because at least Chapman backs up. He's a shithead, but he's a good player. The other guys can go fuck themselves. But I am bummed out that Chapman is going to be the closer through this playoff run. As I shouldn't say I'm bummed out. I'm excited that we have an elite closer. Fuck that guy. Anyhow, that's my closing thought. Very negative closing thought. Sleep well, everyone.
Just think it could have been in 2003 if Pryor had gotten through that 8th inning. Sweaty Joe would have come in to try to win the pennant. I wonder if Dusty would have gone to him or if he would have just made Pryor go back. I'm sure he would have made Pryor go back out.
I would have loved to have seen Rondo.
The Cubs, the few times they've gone to the playoffs, they haven't had a good bullpen most of that time. Last year's was pretty good. It was kind of patched together at the end of the year, but it pitched well.
Yeah.
This is the best one they've had. I mean, this is
the best everything they've had across the board in the post. There's no reason that they won't be the favorites in every series.
Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to, because and somebody wrote about it today and it reminded me, every team that wins has some player who nobody expected to do anything, like Cody Ross or Lemke used to always do it.
Tim Federovich.
So if the Cubs win the World Series, who will be the guy who comes up with, like an inexplicably large number of big hits when nobody expected it?
Okay, because I expected this last year. Okay, it's going to be Hayward. I think Hayward has one hot streak in him, and it's going to be the month of October, and Hayward's going to be like, I'm just going to go ahead and hit 600 during the postseason. And goddamn, I hope for him, because I love that guy. I love the way he's gone about his business. I love the way he didn't let all this shit and people being like, he's not worth his money get to him, because he maybe not that money. No one's worth that amount of money, but he was super valuable to this team despite not really hitting at all this year. And I love him. I love the way he goes about his business, and I'm rooting so hard for him to crush it in the playoffs. So my pick is Hayward. He was stupid to not expect him to.
Well, he set the bar pretty low.
Yeah, he did. So, but this would be the time for him to have like a nice 2 week, 3 week, 1 month hot as shit streak, and he hasn't had one. He hasn't had one all year, so he's due. What about you?
I was thinking back to 2003, had they won, it was Randall Simon. He had a great playoffs. I forgot about Carroll hitting the 2 home runs, but Simon hit. I think back to Game 4 a lot because I'm just a sad person. No, it was Game 3. It was the night game where all the inexplicable things happened. Randall Simon hit a home run to give him the lead. Then it got tied up, and then they got back-to-back triples from Tom Goodwin and Doug Glanville. And got the lead, and then Joe
basically the same.
Joe had the lead completely blown, and for whatever reason, a ball got hit to Aramis, and Aramis bobbled it, and Luis Castillo was on first, and Luis rounded second and was running to third, and he ran right into Aramis to end the game. And I'm thinking, if we don't win the World Series this year, we're never going to win it. And then, of course, they didn't win another game. Well, I guess they won the next game. Aramis hit the grand slam, and then nothing after that.
Barry said, it'll be Coughlin, kind of on a hot streak already. I'm hoping to God Coughlin's not even on the playoff roster, but every time I shit talk Coughlin, I've taken my mom to probably 3 or 4 games this year, and every time I trash talk Coughlin, he comes up and is amazing in the game. She's like, why are you talking about him so bad? I'm like, because he's a piece of shit, and I hate him. And she's like, stop it. But, yeah, Coughlin. I could see it. I could see it.
See, Coughlin would fit. Coughlin fits the same reason Hayward does, in that people are going to look at he had a terrible season, just god awful. He didn't hit in Oakland. He didn't with the Cubs. Although Jesse Rogers will tweet his freaking on base percentage with the Cubs ad nauseum. So I think he's a pretty big candidate. I think it's going to be Miggy. I think he's going to hit some ridiculous.
I'd love it. What if it's Ross?
Well, Ross is almost.
I mean, he's not going to be in many games, but what if Ross has a 3-homer game in Lester's start?
That would be good. I love the fact that he hit the one, not only because it was his last home regular season game, but that it, just the look on the Cardinals and their fans' faces when he hit the home run on that Sunday night. I mean, that game was a huge kick to the nuts to the Cardinals.
Yep.
That was great. So.
Huey, our resident fact checker, says Remlinger got the save in Game 3 in 2003. Sweaty Joe had a blown save earlier. Remlinger.
God, that guy. Yep. Couldn't get a lefty out because he wouldn't throw his changeup to him.
Yep. Anyhow, he's not on this team.
Don't throw it to half the batters in face.
None of this team. Nope. We don't need to worry about this because the team is not.
Is there any chance that Dave Veers will make the playoff roster and pitch out of the bullpen? That'd be good. DK 57.
I would take Veers over Coughlin. And I'd take him over Hamill. Nah, I'd take Hamill over Veers.
Did anybody notice? I will bring this up because it's the end of the podcast. Nobody will hear this. I can say
it's been the end of the podcast for 20 minutes.
So on Sunday night, the Cubs have the nice moment for Jose Fernandez, and they hang his Cubs jersey in the dugout, which I didn't quite get, but that's fine.
Weird, but
so hyper little Carlos Martinez, because the Cardinals, anybody who dies in baseball, the Cardinals are all their best friends. Carlos Martinez, best friend of Jose Fernandez, and then it turns out so was Aledmus Diaz. The guy had a lot of best friends. Did anybody notice other than me? Because I noticed he wrote with his spikes on the back of the mound. He wrote a 16 for Jose Fernandez. That was nice, but then he drew an 18 for Oscar Taveras. Why? And why didn't John Lester walk out and immediately just I would have been out there. I would have made a huge show out of wiping that fucking 18 right off the back of the mound.
Well,
but that's just me. I'm not a big fan of guys who, drive drunk and kill themselves and their girlfriend. But that's just me.
That was shocking news, though, for Fernandez. So
yeah,
maybe the guy was just thinking about his own mortality or whatever.
I thought the 16 was nice. I didn't see the need for the 18, especially 2 years after it happened. But that's the Cardinals for you, so that's good.
Well,
all right. We're really gonna end this on that cheery note.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of playoff failures. We talked about people dying.
That's what you get when you talk about
Chris Coughlin. Sorry,
someday
everyone.
we'll do this podcast and all we'll talk about are all the great World Series games that they won. That's in the future. So.
Well, let me know if you want that standing room only ticket.
Yeah.
If it might not still be available. $180. I don't want anyone to be in the know on your finances, but if you say yes, it's okay.
I want to go stand by the glory hole in right field. That's where I'm going to stay.
Okay.
Yeah. And just peer in and see like a sliver of the game for 3 hours.
Okay.
All right.
So wait, did you land on a guy that you're actually you're taking Hayward for your?
I took Miggy.
That's right. Okay. All right. I just
want to
swing
from his ass every time, like always, and he's going to actually hit one.
I don't want to leave any loose ends.
Yeah, I know people out there. You got to run to Vegas and bet on playoff MVP Miguel Montero.
I still don't necessarily think he'll be on the roster, but anyhow. No, I love Miggy, and
I would think playoff MVP is, even though he doesn't hit good pitching, according to Tony Maserati, I expect Bryant to do big things.
Which
because he didn't really have a great playoff last year. I think he will this year.
No, you think all 3 series is going to have the MVP, or he?
Well, they don't do it. They don't do it in the division series.
Oh yeah, that's right. 2 then. All right.
Now, not to start another topic, but I wonder who it would have been. Schwarber.
In the
last year in the DS.
Oh yeah.
Had they given one?
Yeah, I mean it has to be. Let's not speculate about
who's it going to be this year. Kyle Schwarber.
Anyone want to send us a Sporkle quiz that we can do?
We got another half hour to kill.
Wrapping it up. Okay, you said this was going to be a half an hour. It's been like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Yeah. Well, we didn't do it all year, so.
It's true.
So we had a lot to pen up.
We pretty much wrapped up the year in an hour and a half.
Yeah. The next one will be much more streamlined.
Okay. Good.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to the 14.
Thank you guys for watching, you poor bastards.
And we'll be back sometime. Hopefully, this will only be 3 games long, and then we'll be getting ready for the championship series early next week.
I would like to see a clincher, but I think I have game 4. I have game 4 of the World Series, so I'll take that as my one clinching game. I only have 1 World Series series game. I have 2 championship series games, 2 division series games. So, oobly, don't blame me if anything bad happens, unless I run onto the field and tackle someone and break his leg. Unless that person is Coughlin, in which case you're welcome, everyone.
Yep.
Michael Bratz signing out.
All right. See you guys
later.
later.
Right, man. Bye.